What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of No Mask Required. My name is Tyrell.
I'm Zach.
And today we got another good episode for you. So we're going to start with congratulations on graduating college.
Well, my master's program.
Well,
congratulations on
graduating.
graduating.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah.
College man.
It's my
Yeah,
a scholar.
Yes. Time to teach these hoes, you know what I'm saying?
What you gonna teach them, bro?
I
Realistically, what you gonna teach them?
1 0 0 1 0 0, you know what I'm saying?
What does that even mean? My point.
Anywho, okay, so today we're going to touch on Thunderbolts, or the new Avengers.
They might not know that yet.
Don't know that yet?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, it's gonna happen.
My bad, gang. Then we got next, obviously, the Rivals update.
We skipped it last week.
No, we played today. Today was a rough day. I'm gonna lie to you.
Not for me.
Today was a rough day. Okay, and then we're gonna end with apparently it's a
Pope from O Block. Yeah,
Pope from O Block. So that's what we got today.
Yes, Chicago produced a Pope before it produced a quarterback that could pass over 4,000 yards.
That's
what it likes to say.
That's crazy,
dude. We can get into it later, but it's crazy.
I'm thinking let's start with that because I'm thinking about that right now. Who is this guy?
Pope Leo.
Pope Leo?
Yeah, Pope Leo the 14th, I think. Born in Chicago. Went to Villanova in New York.
Okay, all right.
Peruvian dual citizen.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, I think, in Peru for like the last 40 years or something like that.
Okay.
He just hasn't been in the U.S. So.
Been gone for a long time. Okay.
But as American Catholics, we'll take it. we'll take it.
Sorry, we
have an American Pope.
I never saw that coming. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dude, me neither. Because usually, I can't imagine the College of Cardinals being like an American with an American worldview. You can lead the Catholic Church.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, I don't think that would ever happen.
Mm.
Yeah, no. But no. He got in relatively quick. I think only 2 days into the conclave, they elected him.
Okay.
And he's much like Pope Francis, and that not like as, committed to the different things as Francis was, but like in that same ideological camp. So
still over there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean Francis, that was my guy.
That's the go.
I went to a Jesuit school. Francis was a Jesuit.
There we go.
That's my guy. And this guy is somewhat like him, so I got.
Let's keep it going. Yeah.
Hope. Hope. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Pope from O Block.
You said Lee was his name? What's that name?
Pope Leo the 14th.
Shout out Pope Leo the 14th. Can we see what you do, B-Dog?
Yeah.
All right.
You not a Catholic being like, dude, this is so awesome.
This is so lit.
My parlay on Polymarket busted though. Like, bro, what happened to Cardinal Taggle? Like,
real. I'm actually mad right now.
He was at plus 600, man. What's going on?
Yo, listen, my pockets are screaming. There's holes in my wall. Just so you know.
That's what you get. You're not supposed to bet. You're not supposed to bet on clergy like that. Same rules can apply to donating to the church. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to bet on them like that.
Come on, I bet on them all the time. Once or twice a week or a month. Tighten out for them. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, Jesus spoke on a rock.
It's not for me, for other
free.
people. If someone else needs some bread, let me help you out. Pass you some bread.
All right. Fair enough.
All right, you know what I'm saying? Come on now.
All right, fair enough. Good points. Good points.
Come on now. Yeah,
got me there.
Shout out Jesus, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So rivals. Yeah, so rivals.
Talk about
shout out Jesus. So Marvel Rivals.
Rivals.
The real yeah.
Let's talk about the real stuff, all right. Marvel Rivals.
What'd you do today on the game?
Listen, let me look, let me zoom. Let me tell y'all what happened today. Okay. Me and him playing ranks. I'm gold 1, he's plat 1. Okay. We're going to a rank game. Okay. We are suck and win. I'm gonna lie to you. This team is not the best. We're on, what was it? Midtown? No. What was that map? with the spider samurai
Tokyo?
map, Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo 2099.
We're on that one, right? And we're pushing the point. Obviously, we're on offense this time. And like I start off as support, right? I think you were DPS. I forgot what role you're doing.
No, I was tank.
Oh, you're taking.
Nobody killed a single thing, and I wasn't getting healed. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna switch. I started actually like I switched to like Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
One after the other. Started taking picks.
Listen,
We had no tank.
all I know is I started off with Cloak and Dagger. So every other role's filled. So I was like, let me hit support. I'm on Cloak and Dagger, right? We had this conversation amongst the team, okay, amongst the rainbow people on our team, all right.
He's lying.
Talking about, let's swap players. Let's swap the tank. Let's swap support. Let's swap the people. I said, all right, bet I'll play tank, right? Immediately as I said that, I said, nah. They said, who's swapping? The other supporter said, I'm swapping.
That didn't happen.
That 100% happened.
No.
So I'm swapping. I
It
said,
wasn't
okay,
the
I'm
other
gonna
support
stay.
that said that.
Then who said it?
It was one of the DPS that was gonna swap to
Well,
support.
All I
When
know
you
is
said you was gonna swap to tank.
all I know is listen.
Oh yeah, no,
No. Because someone said they swap in the tank. I'm on support.
They never said
So
the
when I
tank.
swapped the tank, because I went from Cloak to Strange, right? When I swapped the tank, there was no supports on our team. There was 0. So I said, okay, maybe something's going on. So I swapped back to support. Now we're like, where the tank at? We had no support. It was literally 0. 0 supports on the team, just a tank and 5 DPS. So like miscommunication here.
I just want you to know
What?
that you just weren't paying attention.
I was clearly listening
Because
hard.
there's only 3 seconds in that whole game where we didn't have a single support. And that was when we were all in spawn when everyone was switching.
I just swapped off support to go tank. I went back to support. No one swapped the tank. Other people said they're swapping tank. The communication was off. All I'm saying is plat is garbage. I think we can sum it up. Plat is trash. I think we can sum that up.
Yeah, I mean I can't. It's garbage.
Simple as that. Plat is trash. You know.
Yeah, I gotta experience this every season on the climb back out.
I'm like hard stuck gold 1.
Because you suck.
I don't even suck. It's either your team is good or really bad. There's no in between. There's
just
no
carry.
I can't.
I know you can't.
Hey, cut the cameras. What? Yo. Oh, hell no. You gonna disrespect me like that? What? Man.
I can do it.
Nah.
I can do it.
Listen. I be showing
I'll be able
out.
to get out of gold real easy.
It takes more than just me got to go. I literally went from the bottom.
Clearly it takes more.
Silver 3 to gold 1 on my own. No help. Just me. I'm about to hit. Listen, I'm about to go back to GM, or I'm about to get up to GM.
You never were in GM.
Back to, hold on.
You never even made it.
Listen, I'm about to get back to Diamond, up to GM solo. All right, solo up to road to GM, starting right now.
How many episodes do we have out?
We're at like 9 right now.
Okay. You've been saying the same thing.
Bro, that was
for
last
9
season, bro.
episodes.
That was last season. It's not even this season. That was last season. I'm getting up to. Listen, this season, I'm hitting GM. 21 days. I'm done with college.
Okay,
no
so
distraction.
that just means you're lying twice.
I'm lying twice.
Because you lied last season.
I said
and this season
I hit
you're lying
Diamond
right
1.
now.
I was Diamond 1. What are we talking about?
You said I'm getting to GM. You never got to GM.
Bro, I
Roll the
was
tape.
stuck Diamond 1. Don't roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
No.
I'm gonna tell Jaden to edit in the clip of you, like a clip mashup of you being like, "Get a GM." No,
I
I'm getting
remember-
a plat. No, I'm
Listen,
getting a diamond. I'm getting back
I don't
to
think I
diamond.
ever said anything about hitting GM. I said I can do it. I never said I was gonna hit it. I don't know about that. But I hit Diamond 1.
I'm gonna make you send this to Jaden so he can edit it.
You know,
so
let
he
him
can edit
edit
this
the video.
video.
Let him edit
So
the
he
video.
can find the mashups
Do it.
of you saying,
Hey,
"Bro, I'm getting to GM."
it wasn't
Going
me,
up.
bro. Listen, I said I'm gonna get up there. I said I'm gonna rank up. I don't remember saying GM. I said top 500. Lock in. What are we talking about? You're
I don't even know what to say to you.
what?
I'm speechless at this level of delusion that
What do
you
you
have.
mean delusion?
Bro, you need to go in the lab. You need to learn how to play.
I know how to play.
Sure, man.
The only thing I don't know right now is like melee characters. So I'm working on Iron Fist and
You mean
Wolverine.
the easiest ones.
They don't work for me. I don't do melee.
You should. It's very easy.
I just don't do it.
Yeah, there's a little crotch goblin up there.
Man, someone just smack that baby. What?
Do it.
All right, bet.
Do it. I dare you. Turn this pod into
Just
a vlog.
Just start walking around.
Just be like, yeah, by the way,
What's up, baby? Boo!
be humble.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, my bad. Wrong
Bro,
emo.
we was already here.
Wrong emo, my bad.
And you decided to take it all the way up here.
Bro,
What's wrong
bad.
with you?
My bad. Give me for my outburst. My fault.
Get a load of this. My mentally unstable king.
Man, we overthinking
Shout
it.
out Centuries.
Shout out Century. That's wild. Yo, speaking of the Century though, you saw Thunderbolts?
Like half of it, yeah.
What'd you think?
First half was good. I don't know about the second half. You have to walk me through it.
Man, that
'cause
movie's
I don't-
booty.
Oh!
Well, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10.
Get,
I give it a solid 7.
yeah, because
You
like,
so happy.
if we're talking about just the story, I feel like you're valid. But like, of all the movie parts that go into a movie, I feel like it was good. It was good.
For what they've been releasing, I can agree with that. For what we're recently coming out, it was good.
Man.
I think the movie by itself, visually it was good looking. It's just story didn't hit like it should. So to me, it's like a 7 out of 10. But so you said you like saw half of it, right?
Yeah, Thunderbolts up until like the Void. Basically, when the Void starts is when I left.
Okay, so you didn't miss that much anyway.
No, I didn't.
Because all it is pretty much Yelena goes into, so like the void is like
Black Widow.
spreading.
Yeah, blonde.
Yeah, she's or
Put it in terms that the guest would know. Not everybody's seen this movie or watches Marvel.
the white Black Widow, the White Widow. I
They're
don't know.
all white. There's 2 of them.
Well, one's in black, the other one's in white.
She's in black in this one too.
Well, Yelena, like her sister.
The blonde one is the best one. That's how you say it. The blonde Black Widow.
Well, the white one was. I don't know.
The white one from Eastern Europe.
She's wearing black in this movie. I don't know how to. The white one, the blonde white.
Fair enough.
Anywho, so like the void is spoilers by the way. Again, if you haven't, if you made it this far, my bad. It's a little spoily woily. Okay.
So what you're gonna have to do is post, just like
Big leg.
plain text spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Skip to like
This time we'll figure it out later.
skip to next episode.
Yeah, just leave after this. Just go. But so yeah, Yelena walks into the void, the little shadows, and wait, did you get to the part where like they're all like emotional, like she was like crying?
No.
No,
What are you
okay.
talking about?
Okay, let's rewind even further. Let's take it back to when
Let's start from
Century
the beginning.
died.
Let's start from the beginning. How about we start like
We'll start-
analyzing from the beginning?
Start to end, we can do that too.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the start influences the end.
That's
So,
how movies work.
you know, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's-
Anywho, yeah. You can't support your eyes.
Yeah, you fucking smart
you know what? All right. So the start of the movie.
You already blew. All right.
No.
I know
Hold
the
on.
start of the movie.
I don't remember the start of the movie. Okay, listen.
You blew it.
No, it was.
You blew it.
It
dude.
was a little
I
odd
saw
to
your
me.
brain literally just pop.
Because I'm thinking about the end now. I'm not thinking. No, go ahead. What's the start? Tell me the start.
Start of the movie. Yelena is on an operation in I don't know what country, but in a foreign country.
Yeah, you have no idea. It's just like a tall town. Like
Yeah.
you have no idea what country she's in. She's just
Yeah, and she tries to break into this lab. She's supposed to kill everybody there, break in, and kind of like steal some.
She's supposed to like documents about.
Yeah, she's
Don't
supposed
know
to,
what.
Yeah, she's supposed to
What
steal some documents, but she couldn't get them, so she just blows them all up.
Yeah, she needs like
Starts
a,
there.
a face scan. It couldn't get behind. It was like a serum or document. Something one or two, but
It was like where the research was.
yeah.
So for this thing called Project Century.
Mm.
Yeah, not exactly subtle.
No.
So, you know, she comes back to the U.S. She's like, I hate my job. I hate my life. talks to Red Guardian, which is also in the movie.
Let's
He's
go
more of a
see
supporting.
Pops.
Yeah, he's more of like a supporting character, and he's Yelena's like adoptive father. You know, connects with him. She said, "I hate my life. I hate you." Just kidding. I don't hate you. And then she tries to talk to her boss. DeFontaine is her last name.
Yeah.
Valentina DeFontaine.
DeFontaine.
Yeah. In the comics, she's Madame Hydra.
That sounds so much better than the Fontaine.
But like no, like that's like her.
But like
that's like her name in the comic books. Just,
but like that sounds so. Madame Hydra sounds so much cooler.
yeah, but Hydra doesn't exist anymore.
I know. I'm just saying it's a cooler name. The Fontaine.
They could have picked like anybody. Like there's a lot of characters in Marvel, especially women, that are like CIA spooks. like they're just
We could have picked
there's
a lot
intel
of other
spooks. But you know, calls her up saying, "Hey, I want to be more public. I want to be like a hero, like my sister."
Yeah,
And
so the mercenary kind of role she's been taking on.
Boss Fontaine is like, "Cool, one last mission, and you got it." Tale is old this time. So what she does is that she breaks into this lab in Nevada, where all of the secrets for the organization that DeFontaine is running, you know, that's where they're all held. So she breaks in.
Oh wait, hold on. I think you missed a part. The courtroom scene.
That's not consequential. Like
But
that.
like that's the reason why they're there though, because DeFontaine is on in trial. God damn, DeFontaine is on trial for like
She's in
crimes
impeachment.
against
It's not on trial. It's impeachment.
or
proceedings.
impeachment proceedings, and like she's getting rid of all the information, and then Yelena calls her and is like, "Hey, can't be public facing," and then that's when they go into the vault, all the secrets.
That's not that consequential though, to be
Well, like,
honest. That's just
they're
plot
like-
to get them there.
She's getting rid of everything that had any sort of evidence against her. She's getting rid of all of it.
Anyways, she sends all of her shadow operatives there at the same time
Yeah.
on different assignments. That includes like John Walker, the Captain America
L Avengers.
wannabe from
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Mhm.
Ghost, which was the main villain for Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Yeah.
Taskmaster, which you saw in Black Widow, which heavy eye roll on that one, and then Yelena, obviously.
Mhm.
They stumble upon this guy named Bob, comic book
Yeah.
named Robert Reynolds.
Because so inside this room is you don't know it's a giant furnace and have all the extra documents and stuff they want to get rid of. Bob is sitting in this like capsule like in almost like stasis, and they're like messing with
That
stuff.
boy's dead.
He was dead.
Yeah.
Man, you can say that at all.
Well,
They saw a box
this is
of
my
spice
big
shit.
brain of why he was actually dead. Sentry can like revive, like he can reincarnate whenever. Like in the comic books, he dies and he's like, "Oh no, I
He's
can
like,
just
"I'm not dead."
I can just come back."
Mhm.
And in the movie, when they try and cap Sentry, he does die,
Literally.
but he comes back.
He's like, "You're not good enough." But-
yeah.
Okay, I know that. I just saw like a box with like a heart monitor like thing on it, and that was it. Then like
That's more my theory than him actually like
Mhm.
you know just being in stasis. Like no, bro was dead, and then like
I think both probably was true because it wasn't his first time being in the black mode, or I don't really if there's a name for it.
the void.
The void.
Yeah.
I think the void's better than black mode. That's crazy. But
What do you mean, dude? Dude, I think I have that too.
what? Oh hell no! Yo.
Dude, I mean, why not? Like, if he can.
No! Whoa!
So you're telling me I have to like sign up for pharmaceutical trials and do meth to do that?
That's crazy.
That's what I have to do.
And travel around Asia for a little bit.
And travel around Asia, yeah.
Get black mode, bro.
And have like super bad daddy issues, like super
That's
bad.
crazy.
That's
I mean,
literally
it
the
was
century.
terrible.
That's literally the
It
century.
was that mom and dad issues.
Let me go try and contract schizophrenia as well.
Contract what?
If it gives me superpowers,
That's crazy. What? Anywho,
you're telling me you wouldn't get superpowers for like just one mental illness?
no.
Dude, why not?
One mental illness? What?
Yeah.
It's like, why?
If that was the price you had to pay.
What's one mental illness you would be willing to trade to like get superpowers? Like you have to get this to be century.
Whatever he got. I wouldn't change a thing, dude.
Bro,
I'll be bipolar or multi-personality.
Multi-personality. I think he has both.
Yeah, he's bipolar, schizophrenic, multi-personality.
And you want that?
And a meth addict, well, former meth addict. Post serum, he's cured of his addiction.
That's a dangerous cocktail right there.
That's the plot of the movie. Yeah,
That's
the entire
cocktail.
plot of Thunderbolts is
It'd be like
they find Bob after going to this furnace.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we all need to get out of here and confront DeFontaine for having us try to kill each other and having her try to kill us. And essentially, it is they get caught, Bob gets captured, and then Bucky rides in on a motorcycle. Guess he was just driving from New York.
Yeah. It wasn't a close journey. I know you rode a bike all that way. But
They somehow assemble as a team to go and try and get Bob back because, the trial of DeFontaine or the impeachment proceedings of DeFontaine are gaining a lot of steam. So DeFontaine is getting desperate. And she's like, no, I need a guy that can just force everyone to
their own personal
superhero.
Thor.
Yeah.
His own personal god to do whatever and anything that she says.
Yeah. So they all try to go back to New York to recapture Bob. But by that time, Bob's being brainwashed by DeFontaine. He gets his new suit. The Sentry suit looks great. They dye his hair blonde because he's the Sentry and he's got to be blonde. They almost take a page from The Boys in terms of constructing a superhero. They had focus groups, colors, focus groups, the look and everything, the actual design of the costume.
Because he had this was a doll with mommy issues as well, so you kind of have to.
Bro has issues.
It's a lot of issues.
Bro's got issues.
DeFontaine became his mom to also better control him, almost like Homelander kind of type thing. Oh, I actually love you, son, and that kind of thing.
Homelander would get fried. He's done.
He would not make it. But the other time did that, and so after that point, right? So mind you,
they all get to New York.
They're in New York. They the Thunderbolts
try and go get DeFontaine. Sentry steps in the way. So now they're all trying to fight the Sentry.
Yeah,
but it's it'd be what if ants tried to attack a metal cup?
And then mind you, 3 of the 5 or I guess 4 have serum, super serum, super soldier serum.
They're super soldiers.
So they still ain't doing nothing because what it was Bucky, Fake Cap, and Red Guardian. So them 3 have it.
U.S. Agent is the official name for John Walker.
Fake Cap is what his name is to be.
It's U.S. Agent.
Bum ass Cap.
You're a bum ass Cap.
Bro, how not even Cap? I'm Falcon.
Boy, you know.
Yo, you put me in a jetpack and some wings. Tell me I ain't Falcon.
Boy, you'd burn the grass before I lift you up.
What you
talking about?
Nah,
bro, you ain't moving it in,
man. Come on now. I'll be going stupid. Don't even do what?
Hell no.
I might have to jump at first, but I'll get up. What you talking about?
There ain't no way.
You gotta advance that technology. Me, man.
I could fly on a jetpack.
I'll be zooming on a jetpack. Okay, I played GTA San Andreas. I know how to use jetpacks. Okay, what you talking about?
Nah.
I'll be. This is a bird. This is a plane. Nah, it's me, gang. What? Nah, I could be Falcon. Come on now. What's so funny? What?
You could be Hulk.
Hulk? Oh, hell no.
You could be Hulk.
I'll be
Professor
Falcon.
Hulk. You could be Professor Hulk.
You disrespect me right now.
What I'm trying to say is you're not the Falcon.
I could be the Falcon.
Any way, shape, or form.
I could be the
Falcon.
Falcon. Joaquin Flores. I could be anyone. I don't want to be Joaquin though, but the Falcon for sure. Anyway, back to the.
There's no way.
Back to the.
Hold on. Pause. We'll get back. Where we pause on this Thunderbolts rant. They're fighting the Sentry. This is towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, so they're fighting the Sentry and losing. They're losing bad.
Okay, so pause on that front. What makes you think you're anything like the Falcon?
Bro, listen, all you gotta do is have some good cardio and like, you know, my back's strong.
You think you got good cardio?
I got good cardio. I can walk anybody down. What are you talking about?
You can walk.
I can walk them down. I can walk them for miles, boy. Don't play with me.
We've been doing Tough Mudders for the last 4 years.
Hey, I've walked it the whole time.
You've walked. Yeah, you're not even running.
I'm walking. Where says you gotta run? It's a 5K.
It's a race.
Where says you gotta run?
It's a race.
Where it says it's a race for first place. Where it say that?
No. It's a race.
Your race for who? Or it say race to complete. What are we talking about? Huh?
You're revising history.
Huh?
You're revising history.
Where does it say?
No.
Where does it say it's a race to like get everyone done as fast? No, it's a race to finish. Just complete. That's it.
What's Falcon's sidekick?
Red something. Red Wing.
You're not Falcon.
It's Red Wing.
Okay.
Come on. What are we talking about?
So you thinking like Anthony Mackie Falcon? That's your model in your head? With a robot, not the comic book Falcon, right?
Well, I mean, want me to have some wings on me? Nah, shit.
Well, comic book Falcon is cooler because he's got like a telepathic connection towards his Falcon.
I mean,
that's way cooler. That's way cooler.
Cool. I like the Anthony Mackie version though, just cause like, if I could upgrade the suit, so
that
I
smile,
can throw off.
that little like grin that he does, the Anthony Mackie grin. That's so funny.
Dog.
It's so funny.
Not gonna lie though, his Captain America Falcon merge suit, I kind of like it.
I don't like the new one. I like the first one, the white with the white top.
Yeah. The neck thing, I don't, cause he's just gonna be like this the whole time.
I like it.
I don't really mess with that, but the other suit, I don't know. I think I'll do something different.
If you
I'm just trying to keep Captain
if you look
America
close enough, it's the same patch like stitching as his Falcon suit in the TV show. Exact same. It's just the difference is the logo.
I must rewatch that. I know that. Well,
Yeah.
I can do Anthony Mackie Falcon. That's me all day. No problem. Come on now. I can do that today. Get my own wingsuit.
Not even War Machine. Like I feel like you
War
fit
Machine. I'm gonna be War Machine.
Bro, you're not Falcon.
I can be Falcon, bro. What?
You cannot
Come
be
on now. Give me the goggles. I'm in there.
What? Goggle.
Give me the goggles, son. I'm in there. Give me the goggles. Give me the jetpack. All right. Give me the fancy boots. Pretty much a wingsuit. I'm in there.
You know what? You're right.
What you mean? Yo, tell me in the comments. Can I be the Falcon?
No.
I can be the Falcon.
All right. So now resuming to our regularly scheduled program, talking about the Thunderbolts.
So yeah, resume back to
They're fighting Sentry. They all lose. Someone blows up a bomb inside of his head. Everyone's like, "Oh, cool, we're good." So then they just leave, and the Sentry is a Dark Souls boss. He's got a second stage. So when he's dead, he turns into a shadow called the Void, and he starts turning everyone in New York into shadows.
Well, let's
This is where the movie gets stupid.
We gotta rewind.
This is where the movie gets stupid.
It's the best.
We don't even have to because the movie is this stupid at this point.
We just gotta rewind just a second, cause the crew gets a behind whoop, right? And pretty much Bob lets him go free, lets him go down the elevator back to the main floor, and then Fontaine is trying to control Bob. Bob's like, "How can you control a god?" And then Fontaine realizing she has no control over the Sentry, like this thing she pretty much created. She tried to kill Bob. She dropped the thing. Her assistant picks up the bomb. Boom! Bob dies. And then that's when we fast forward to boom, shadows everywhere. After this crazy heroic moment, they saved everybody because a tower was falling, and then like this little kid just shadowed, and then they spread the shadows everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't see this part of the movie, but apparently this one the movie gets stupid, and Yelena, who's looking at all these shadows and this big black fog coming for him, is like depressed and suicidal, and is like, I'm just gonna walk into it. And Bucky, the only one with sense, is like, don't do that. Like, what's wrong? Like, yeah, that might be the only way to stop it. It also might kill you on contact. Why would you even do that?
Didn't make any sense at all. For the main part of like, you see people getting like splat onto the ground and the shadow coming towards you. You've never interacted with this person ever. But like,
not
because
even person, entity.
You touched him.
Yeah.
In the past, you touched his hand and he brought up old memories. It's like, oh, maybe that's the same thing that's going on now. You have no clue what's going on. It's a black figure just floating in the sky in a shadow for me. So her idea is, you know what? I'm going to walk into the shadow because maybe I can help him. And so she walks in and poof, gone. now everyone else just watched her just like disappear. Like, what? And again, Bucky's the only one's like, maybe you might die, and she just disappears. And like, well, I guess she's dead. And then the rest, so
Bucky being the most
Literally.
sane Marvel character in the MCU, just like
you didn't see
that
twist
would
coming.
kill you. What?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
And so, so now it's Red Guardian, Ghost, Bucky, and Agent whoever. And by the way, his shield's now taco shaped because Bob said nah. He gave it back to him.
Yeah. Bob whooped their ass.
Bob put hands on him.
No, he
And,
didn't. He didn't even do that.
Yo, they try to. This is off topic, but the boss, like when they were shooting at Bob, the thing was just like not touching him. That was so boss. Like they were shooting at him, throwing things at him, can't even touch him. Like,
And if you
almost
see,
Gojo,
like 2 seconds later, the knife makes contact with him and breaks anyways. Like,
it's like don't even need it. Oh, it was, but that's besides the point. So
yeah.
now they're standing there, and Ghost is like, maybe Yelena was right. Maybe we should go in the shadow and we can find her. And Bucky's still like, yo, nah, that can't be the solution. But they
Bucky forgot he in the Marvel universe, and it's now owned by Disney.
So I
It's
guess
owned by
Bucky ain't
Disney,
know.
bro. Happy endings are mandatory.
That's how it works. They eventually it cuts, right? They keep talking about it and it cuts, and now they're into the void. And you see Yelena. So in the beginning of the story, Yelena touched Bob, and she went back to the very first mission she had from the Red Room as a kid.
Which that was sad. I am not gonna
Super
lie.
sad.
Yelena's story was sad in this movie.
It's
It's kind of dumb at the end, but
they try to bring like almost like level of emotion with like Rocket in Guardians 3 and try to apply it to Yelena, which it didn't. Like you felt for her, but if you keep going back to the same moment, you're kind of losing it. Versus Rocket having a full story that's moving forward, not just one moment. But
there's different writing decisions made in Guardians 3 and Guardians 1 to where it's
One,
like
two,
if
yeah.
you already know the character, we don't know.
we don't really
like
know.
that.
Like I think she had a lot of moments because you also saw her. What was this in the future? But you also saw her like in training, and she was always the fastest. So like putting a gun together, she was always the fastest. So everyone else had to put their hands up, and they got whipped, like across the palms because they were slow. But you kind of like now she's in the void. You're kind of seeing her story, and like pretty much you have to break the walls to get to the next room.
Yeah.
And Yelena is going through it, and then she sees like in a mirror, sees Bob sitting down like an attic, right? And she's like, Bob, what are you doing? Set me free, set me free. And like Bob looks at her, looks away, and the mirror goes away. Like the reflection of him is gone. So she's like, okay. Turns around, looks back, Bob's back again, jumps to the mirror, and says, hey Bob, set me free. Like I'm not even in control anymore. I'm just kind of here. And like this is like the nicest space. It's like, what do you mean it's the nicest space? It's like, well, yeah, all the other rooms kind of suck, like really bad. But this one's pretty good. And
Shut up, Bob.
so Bob,
Like,
he's in
this
the
is
attic.
nice. I'm not gonna lie.
He's chilling with his Rubik's Cube in the attic, crisscross applesauce, just chilling. And like Yelena's pretty much almost taking like a motherly, like, or maybe sisterly like role in his life. It was kind of slightly romantic, maybe. More like
the chemistry leaned towards it a little bit.
Yeah, it felt a little. But then like
I
kinda
don't
shifted.
imagine them pursuing
I don't see how that would happen. I don't.
I mean, the chemistry is there so that they could, but I wouldn't know how that would work. I mean,
It's
unless Bob
confusing.
like gets a grip.
Yeah, unless he just locks in all of a sudden. I don't know.
Like if in Doomsday Charles Xavier's like, let me just cure you of
Let
like
me just-
everything.
Boom. It's like, oh, I'm great now.
Oh, I'm mad normal. Oh, by the way, the
I'm back.
strongest being in existence.
Strongest Avenger. Like, but so you do that, and then now you get kind of to Bob's story as like he's trying to talk him like, hey, let me free. You look downstairs, and pretty much Bob, his dad is an abuser, so he beats his wife in front of the kid, in front of Bob. He's like, I want to say like maybe 7, 8 years old, and obviously the little boy is trying to like, as a little boy, he's trying to fight for his mom. And now, like, after his mom's getting yelled at and beaten, his mom looks at him as like, you always ruin things. You're the problem. You're the reason why this is happening. So now you kind of understand why Bob is like a little crazy and doing drugs and all these things going on. Because like, not only was his dad abusive, his mom was verbally abusive. So he's just getting abused all around. And he was trying to pretty much find himself his entire life. So you kind of get the story going.
See, you want to know? I was about to. No, that's not. I
What?
was about to make a really messed up joke. I'll say that for later.
That's crazy. He about to go off the rails. I'm going off the rails. He about to.
No, I was about to go off the rails.
Look
with
at
that
this dude
one.
still smiling. Look at him. Yo.
I was about to go off the rails with that one.
That's okay. That's wild.
So we can talk about this later.
So like after you see that, because it keeps just repeating. That's all it does in this world.
Mhm.
Just repeats these little boxes of like the worst moments of your
Memories.
life, right? It ranges, but it's always the bad moments of your life. And then eventually, I guess the void starts to find Bob again, and so now everything in the room is floating and flying and choking people out. And you can't die in this realm, but like it feels like you're dying. So Yolanda's getting choked up by a towel. Bob's getting choked up by the same towel. And like you think they're about to die. Obviously they can't die. And all of a sudden, boom, busting the Thunderbolts. They somehow, so you find out that they went into the void themselves, and then they broke out of their individual rooms and all went to Yelena. You don't know how, you just know.
Unexplained.
You don't know, literally, like, because you saw Yelena's journey of literally running through walls, running through
Not
glass.
knowing what to do.
Just going through literally memories and not knowing how you got there.
Okay.
And then for the other ones, they just kind of bust in through a wall and say, well, Yelena, you're here? How would you don't even know how to get here. And they all just rendezvous in this one little attic. I don't get how you do that. But, whatever, I guess. And so, like, they get all the stuff that's flying around, choking them, take them off. Say, okay, guys, what are we going to do? And then it was like, they asked Bob, hey, Bob, how do you get out of here? He doesn't even know how to get out. He's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of here. And then Elena's like, oh, but there's worse rooms, right? What's the worst one? Because that's the solution, right? There's the worst rooms, they escape. That's how we get out. Don't know how you come to that conclusion, but that's a way.
Okay. I can see the logic.
That's a
I
way.
can see the logic.
Ever
heard of the term "only way out is through"?
That's a way. There's no. I can
Granted-
understand how you
granted,
get there,
no,
but
no. Reason has left the chat. Are you kidding me?
it just there's no like.
Bucky
there's no
was like,
evidence.
"Why would you ever?"
Why would you go in?
And everyone said, "I'm gonna for friendship."
No,
I'm
like
gonna
said,
for friendship.
I'm not gonna be the last one here, so I'm gonna go in too. But like, they just kind of like. I understand how you would get there. I just understand how like that's your first choice because they're talking about it. What's about the worst room? Like you've only been to like herself, only 3 rooms. So
You wouldn't even know how to like get to a worse room.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Bob doesn't even really know where he's at right now. So like I don't know how he even found
Bob's
his way.
chilling.
Bob is like, this is the best room out here. I've seen some others. So they they go throughout Bob's like life. So like again, you see like the abuse. You see him when he was he was cracked out as a
Literally on meth.
meth, and he was in a chicken suit, spinning signs, and like he tried to attack him. That was weird. They keep going through his life, and so we go back to the beginning of the movie where
Did they ever go through the lab?
Yeah, at the very end, right? They go back to the lab, and then you see, I guess, in the past when he was actually on that table and getting like the serum or whatever, and he's still in like void mode, so he's all black, and there's shadows around him, and like essentially they have to get through him to get out, and obviously the void is still the void, so they're getting like washed, they're getting pushed back, stapled to walls, like only person who was like
They're in his domain, like their domain expansion.
There's no one
they're
to stop
in it.
him. Like if they were fighting, kind of trying to fight him, and like he would just make the room infinitely longer, so they couldn't even reach him.
Okay, so they beat him. They leave.
They go through the whole. This part's important, right? We're gonna skip a little chunk because it's kind of like
Mundane.
I believe in you, Bob, that kind of thing. And then Bob fights back. Bob starts winning. Bob starts getting taken over by the void. And before he's fully taken over, Yelena somehow gets freed from her binding. Again, they're all like stapled to the wall in the back. She gets freed, somehow does cool ninja flips, and hugs Bob and says, Bob, we got you. And everyone else one by one gets free and just does like a super hug and
Dude.
they rip Bob off.
I did not realize this was just Care Bears.
It literally, dude, I kid you not, they all like try to find a way to like grab Bob like a hug like thing, and they pull him off. They all fall down, they stand up and have a big hug. It's like, okay guys, we've done it. Let's get out of here.
There's no way that's how it ended.
It's like you're not alone, Bob, you have us. You're not alone anymore. It's like, now let's get out of here. And they doesn't explain how, but like they go and there's a white kind of
I'm so happy I left halfway through that
they
movie.
go through and it's like a white kind of screen and comes back. And like now they're on the ground. The void is all gone, and obviously
Everybody
Bob is
back.
the void. So he switches back to where he normally is, and now Bob, because he loses
Is he
memory.
still in the suit?
No, he's back in his regular tatted up shirt and pants and some
dude,
hippie sandals.
why wasn't he just in the suit? That would have been cool. Seems just kind of
know.
like a waste of design.
He was because Bob the Void was in the middle of the air and Bob was on the ground. So I don't know how that worked, but the Void, he was like flying between like towers. He was like high up in the sky.
And Bob just on the ground. So what? The Void just comes back and just merges into
No.
Bob, or he just.
There is no, like, when they come out, Bob is standing there, there is no Void. Bob is like, everyone's in this group, Bob is right next to Yelena, just standing there. There's no Void, there's no suit, there's no, like, nothing evaporating. He's just like,
It's
okay,
a good
guys.
thing Doomsday is coming out next year, because if that's all I get from my unstable, glorious King
It-
century, I'd freak out.
Because there could have been more there. I understand they're trying to build up the century, then finally get it. But it was almost like the newer Fantastic Four with like Doom. Because you got Doom at the very end for like a second, and then boom.
And then
Like this one was different because
Gone.
like you were building up to the century the entire time, like clues about the century, ideas, thoughts, all these things about the century program. So you're talking about the
Right.
whole movie, but you got century for like a minute and then gone, or century, then the Void, and they both just poof. Now Bob's here, and then so they come out, they're looking forward because that's how they spawn in, just looking like this way, and DeFontaine is standing next to a pillar that has fallen down. This is the funny part. This is hilarious to me. So she's standing next to this pillar. Now everyone's like, let's go beat her up. And everyone's like, yeah, let's go do it. Right? So
I mean, on site.
Like,
it's like, oh,
it's
the
like, you know
person
what?
we were looking for. Let's
that's too easy.
curb stomp.
For real, let's go get her. So they,
Like, this is New York. Like, we're running the.
in New York, I mean,
We're running the fade. Like,
For
what are you
real.
talking about?
For real. So they
Like Bucky from Brooklyn, dude. Like, come on.
the OG for real.
You know, Bucky from Brooklyn.
He
There's
from
like-
OG,
There's no way.
man.
There's no way he's gonna go through all of that. See the person that caused it and be like,
Hey.
let's go bring her in. No.
Like, nah, let's take her out. So they're walking towards her, and she's acting like, "Oh, guys, don't come over here. Don't come fight me, guys. Listen, we can talk about it. We can talk." And they get super close, and like there's like this little drape on the other side. It was like weird pillar, almost like the crane has like weird triangles in it. Like she's standing in the middle of them, and so she walks through, and all the other the Thunderbolts come through, and this whole press like just standing there, in like a little podium where she can talk and say, "Hey guys, I've been working on this project on New Avengers." And she turns around. And then you got Bucky, you got Yelena, you got Ghost, you got Red Guardian, and you got Agent whatever standing behind her. And then Bob, like, these are my new Avengers. And Bob, because he forgot everything, he's like, oh, congratulations, guys, you're new Avengers. Yeah, you guys are happy. Like, he doesn't know anything. He's just blank.
Bob's character probably was like the highlight of the movie.
He was definitely comic relief a lot. But Bob is just blank.
Now,
And that's how it ends. That's the end. Then Yelena like goes like, oh, we own you now to DeFontaine. But that's the end.
now maybe it's because I'm like a political nerd.
Mm-hmm.
The moment an intelligence person, like very high-ranking intelligence official, decides to make a superhuman team with a Russian in it, not one, two, they're getting like put on like a firing
It
squad.
doesn't-
Like genuinely, Washington would be like, no, absolutely not.
It doesn't make sense for like two reasons. I understand the characters because like they're stronger people. Red Guardian was like Captain America for Russia.
For the U.S., no, not Russia, the Soviet Union.
The Soviet
The
Union.
Soviet
That's
Union.
even worse. So like he's loyal to the Soviet Union, and then I guess now it no longer exists. But like
Yelena was a part of the Black Widow program, which was a KGB
Yeah.
spy factory.
it's like them two should never be in anything U.S. Special Operations anything that
Ever.
makes any
Ever.
sense. Not only that,
And on top of that, Bucky.
speaking
Hold on.
See, this part don't get me because okay, you know, if you've seen all the movies up to this point, Bucky's been through a lot. But what we seem to forget is that not too long ago, literally not too long, and everyone knows this. Not too long ago.
In movie years, it's different, but in like Bucky years, it's been like 3 years.
It's not that long. It's not that back. This man was recently seen fighting Captain America, trying to take over for Hydra. Like, everyone knows this. It's not some, oh, where was Bucky? They know that was Bucky. Everyone knows he was the Winter Soldier. So now how is he from
fought
that?
the UN. He fought the UN.
and now he's a congressman.
People just let that happen.
You voted him into office.
And again, he's representing Brooklyn.
He's like,
No
yeah,
way.
he went back home. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? He got a cool arm. But this man was a mercenary, a brainwashed mercenary not that long ago. You can do it again. It's not gone. They never. Oh, you're cured of it. No, you can go back and you find how they did it. You can do it again to the same guy. So, but now he's your congressman. Not only that. Now this brand new congressman not only leaves. It's like there's no. So far, he has no assistants. He has no one else working with him or nothing like that. No like allies, nothing. But he just leaves what he's doing, goes to investigate, and like goes off and be a superhero. And he's just come back. It's like, hey guys, I'm your congressman again.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just dip off, and come back.
Yeah, it's not like they were in session.
But like
Plus, the people that were impeaching DeFontaine, he wasn't even on that committee,
No,
so
he
like, he
wasn't
didn't
part-
have to be there at all.
my only thing is like, how is it not only because so you're a congressman, right?
Did you see his apartment? That boy got lobbyists in his ear. That boy, his job was being a congressman. They was not in session. He was still getting
But
paid.
he goes from that, right, to being an Avenger. New Avenger. And you see your congressman like sweaty
could.
and dirty with an arm and like it just doesn't make sense.
Imagine being like a casual, like just a casual voter in Brooklyn in the MCU. Just be like,
I'll be confused. What are we doing?
Is that Bucky?
Like, is that my congressman?
Is that my congressman?
Like
the T-shirts that would come out. Just that the merch.
I don't
The merch is like,
The
yo, that's
movie
my
game.
congressman, dude.
I just don't get like how that would work. That's just off to me. But not only that, so you're brand new Avengers. Again, these people are all known around the world. Like they're not like
No,
who
they're
are
not.
they? They know like well, they're mercenaries, but
The only one that was known was Bucky.
they know Bucky, they know of Yelena
No, they don't.
because they spread that. Yeah.
Who?
Cap and them. That they released all the documents
She
about
wasn't on
Shield
Shield.
and everything in Hydra, like
She
on the web.
She wasn't on Shield.
She was attached to Black Widow and they released her shit too.
Yeah, but that was Black Widow's like mission details and old profession.
The info out there.
Yeah, but
Will they know or not? I don't know because there was a snap and all that. Stuff
none of
going
them
on.
were like known at all except for Bucky, in terms of like the general public.
Well, okay, I can go that.
I mean, John Walker,
like,
but like they didn't know he was still operating as U.S. agent. They thought he was just like
everyone thought he was just gone, but like no, they definitely know.
that boy listened to Creed. That boy.
They know he was out there, and again, it just doesn't make that team doesn't make sense. Bob for sure
No, they were like,
doesn't make sense at all because
there's just like one meth dealer in like Malaysia that's like, oh,
I know a
I
guy.
know that guy. What is he doing with the new Avengers?
And,
That's crazy.
And
Imagine
you know
being
what-
Bob's meth dealer.
hey, you drugs, remember that?
It's like, dude, wow,
But
that guy
even-
sure bounced back.
Even more than that, so the post-credit scenes, there's two, I'm forgetting one of them.
One of them apparently was the Fantastic Four, and then the
Oh
other
yeah.
one was.
So one was the Fantastic Four ship coming. It was interdimensional ship. So that's
Are
how
you
you
sure
know.
it was interdimensional?
Yeah.
Did it say so?
Like
Or was it just coming back into orbit?
it was like on their thing, their detection thing, say interdimensional shift happened, and now ship is coming to Earth.
Okay, so.
So like both, like you said, oh, the interdimensional travel it's detected here. The ship arriving to Earth with a 4 on it. So now you know how Fantastic Four ends. They're
No, we don't.
I have a strong feeling because Galactus is involved. They're gonna
Everybody.
win, but lose and somehow get
They're
shipped
gonna win
out.
at a high price.
There you go. They're gonna get shipped out to us, and now welcome Fantastic Four. But that happens, and then pretty much they're beefing because obviously Sam wants to make his own Avengers, and if the new Avengers exist, you can't have the Avengers because they're called the new Avengers, but it's just Avengers. So you have Avengers A and Avengers B, that don't work. So Sam's like, I don't approve of the Avengers. I'm Captain America. I should pick a team. That makes sense.
Are you
He's
sure he
Captain
wasn't
America.
just like giving Bucky crap?
He might have they were like, He
Him
was
and
saying,
Bucky are friends.
yeah, they're friends, and Bucky maybe low key dating his sister, but I mean, he definitely got jiggy with his sister. He definitely got jiggy. He took the arm off, went to work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Who says he took the arm off? We don't know what kind of tech the Wakandans put into that thing. No, we have no idea.
Vibranium was one of them things, you know. They weren't liking in Wakanda, so. But no, they like it seemed like genuine beef with him and like the entire team, like genuine disapproval of them being called the Avengers.
Was that in like the first one?
That was the first post credit.
And like who was talking? Like was it on the phone?
It was a conversation between them, like the team, because they're back in Avengers Tower and it's like they're walking in, they're all like sitting down getting comfortable. It's like, yeah, I don't understand why he's beefing with us, yada yada. Like I think it was Bucky talking to the rest of them. And like the Bucky or Elena, which pretty much like he didn't approve of them being called the Avengers. He didn't approve of them being like assigned that. And he wanted to like
they're building up for Civil War II already.
I don't know.
That'd be so.
And they also was like he was like I should be the one who decide all that. And like I own the name, so I'm gonna sue you for copyright or something like that. Like I'm gonna get the name because I'm Captain America. I formed the team. I should be the one doing like that kind of stuff.
I think he was just giving him.
It seemed to be more because they're all like stressed out about it, so it seemed to be more like a legit threat. I'm not sure if it was. I'll tell you, but it seemed like a legit kind of thing. Like he was like, according to Bucky, he was genuinely upset. Like he was mad. It's like, let's cancel the whole thing. Which if I was Captain America and I saw the team was the Avengers, that
I mean,
was
knowing Bucky, if the overall MCU plot point stays consistent, he would easily just be like, "We're not the Avengers, guys." Like,
that's what I would say
because he specifically didn't take the shield from Steve because he's like, "No, he chose you. 1, 2. I'd ruin Captain America's like name."
Yeah.
So he's very conscious of like symbols and all of that. So if the main symbol that his best friend said, "You're in charge now," said, "Yeah, I don't like that." Bucky's gonna be. I understand, dude. I get it.
I don't know about any of that because the way they put him, it was like he wanted the new Avengers to happen, and Sam didn't. Right. And again, if I was Captain America, and I was actually on the Avengers, like as a different hero, now I'm back, now I'm Cap, now I'm the leader. I want to make my own team as well.
Respectfully to Sam, you didn't make there was a good amount of time where you could have made a whole new Avengers team, and he did nothing. He decided to work for the U.S. government instead.
Which is a terrible decision.
Yeah.
It's a terrible decision. Not only, and this is also the funny part, not only did Sam find out that the government is corrupt.
Oh, he found out then, right?
He figured out beforehand.
Even though...
beforehand,
hold on, let's break this down. First of all, he already got out of the army. He was already out of the army. This is in like the Winter Soldier, like 2015. Yeah. Or not even like 20. It came out in 2013 was the Winter Soldier when it came out. Either way, back when he got out of the army, was like, yeah, it sucks. Even though, proud of my service, but what they do to veterans, it sucks.
It was almost like
uncovers a plot that literally shows, oh yeah, a big chunk of your government is actually a part of a secret group of people dedicated to the enslavement of people that they deem lesser. First one. Then Captain America Civil War. He's like, hey, we want to do the right thing without the government saying what to do because the government is not a trustworthy entity to do so. And so people have agendas. 2, and that Sam Wilson himself acknowledges. So in this, in Brave New World, he decides to just be like, I'm going to work for the government.
And don't forget with his TV show. With his TV show, with everyone coming back.
The government picks someone that is totally insane.
When everyone came back from being unsnapped, right? Now the government is going against the people because they're buying properties from people who snapped away down their back, who owns it. The government going against the people who came back. They're like, your ass is out. You're done.
Yeah.
Right. So that's like 4 things back to back to back, and now on top of that,
None of that says I should go work for the government.
They are the good choice. I should work for the government and be pretty much on call, and they can tell me what to do, how to do it, when to do it. That makes no.
Keep in mind, he's got Pepper's number. He's got Bruce's number.
He has so many contacts. Are you kidding me?
He's got Doctor Strange on call, even though they do say that Strange is unavailable. Spider-Man is still known. Peter Parker's unknown, but Spider-Man is still known to be an operating hero.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really operate with Spider-Man, though.
It doesn't matter. If he owns the Avengers and has, like, the network from the Avengers, he has all that.
I don't think... And that's another thing, though. Because I don't think Sam...
He knows Bucky. He could have easily just been like, hey...
know, like, the power he has. Because he... Since I've seen him as Captain America, it's always been just him. I'm not sure if they're trying to, like, develop, like, him and Joaquin or something.
They are.
Like,
they're trying to make him a duo.
And
I think they did a good job. They have good chemistry.
They had a good start. It was definitely, like, you can see, like, master-disciple kind of thing kind of going. But, like, it's like he doesn't know anybody else. Like,
that's
Bucky
Big Bro, Little
pops
Bro
up,
more than anything. That's Big Bro, Little Bro more than anything.
It seemed more like teacher-student kind of thing.
Nah.
Because they kind of like...
He didn't teach him much, though. He taught him, like, one thing and, like, gave him his leftovers.
Well,
That's
I mean,
literally, like...
A lot of the stuff was, like, off the screen because he taught him how to use a jetpack and how to, like... He taught him most and then his fighting thing. And
that's Lil Bro right there. That's not like, bro, that's my student. That's Lil Bro.
I saw, like, really chill teacher and student. That's why I
saw Big Bro, Little Bro.
And maybe that's what I'm trying to develop. I missed it. But I saw teacher, student.
You do have a bad habit about just not paying attention during movies.
Anywho.
You know that's facts.
No, that's not facts.
You know that's facts.
I pay attention hard during movies. Especially Sinners. I was too locked in.
Yeah, it's because it's the greatest movie ever made.
So
what are you talking about? Like, it's the best movie ever.
That was so good.
Shout out Puss in Boots.
Well, that last one was good too. The last one came out.
Did you realize, like, Ryan Coogler said, like, his main villain for, like, inspiration for the villain was from Puss in Boots?
Shout out Puss in Boots.
You remember the eyes in both movies?
Yeah, where they turn red.
And he's like, yeah,
because the wolf was like death, but like you didn't know he was
I don't know
death.
the whistle tune. Yeah,
that last one was good. But anywho, so we go back and it's like, but Sam, it's literally like Sam doesn't know anybody. It's almost like treat him like kind of like put him on this little island.
He knows Ant-Man, dude.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about?
He knows all these
people. He
but, like,
canonically has Scott Lang's phone number.
Yeah, it's just
so that's 2 heroes.
In the show,
right
in the movie, is like he knows nobody. He doesn't know what they're doing. Like he does everything on his own. He doesn't even call Bucky, and they show that he knows Bucky because Bucky appears when Joaquin's in the hospital, so they know each other. They can contact each other. He's also in his previous TV show, but it's almost like they put Sam on this little itty bitty island. Because personally, I get it's a brand new Captain America movie.
You're trying to develop the individual character, but the problem is that you've established that there is a setting in which multiple people have powers, and you have to acknowledge their influence on the world to be able to like
Thor's
build on an individual character.
Thor's on planet Earth.
No, he's not.
He was. You have also the rest of the Asgardians, like you know.
Yeah, he knows. He has they have phone numbers.
But he was fighting the Hulk on his own, the Red Hulk on his own.
He knows Bruce Banner very well.
Yeah. So I don't understand why because again, Sam does not have any super serum, like no super soldier, nothing. Just regular dude who's really strong and has cardio.
You see a Hulk,
35,
you don't pick up the phone.
And it's not like a Hulk either. Like when things touch him, it burns. You want to fight him? What are we talking about? What?
Bro, yeah. Bro's temperature is not Fahrenheit, it's in Kelvin.
Like this dude's getting punched, knocked around, thrown around. You're not gonna call for any help. Like not a single Avenger.
Bro blows probably like $6 billion worth of vibranium on trying to take this guy down.
he's using that little charger feature to bounce it back and everything, and then he knows so many people. Like I don't see why he would, but he could call Hawkeye if he wanted to. He call I don't know why he would call him, but he can call him. He knows so many people, but it's almost like he knows nobody. And maybe he doesn't know where Bucky is, so he can't call him, even though he's like in the White House area where Bucky should be in DC. Question mark. But
no, they could have been out of. So this is my nerd. They could have been out of session. He could have just been in Brooklyn.
I don't know, but I'm like if I was in.
But where was the hospital that Joaquin was in?
They didn't say. I think it was.
Was it New York?
I have no idea where it was. I don't remember.
If it was in New York, that would make sense.
I don't know if it was in New York or back in DC.
It might have been back in
because
DC.
like the thing they were fighting against like in the middle of the water, so they brought him back to the U.S.
Yeah, but it was in the Pacific.
Yeah, so I don't know like where. I don't know where exactly they would bring him. There's a lot of options, so I don't.
Case in point that the writing has just been messy.
It's
going
a
movie
hole,
to movie.
a big hole in there. But you know, they brought him back. So yeah, no, that point alone is off to me. But now, so now he has a problem with the way they're formed, and I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go next. Hopefully, is like some more development there.
What I would tell Sam as Bucky is get over it. You've done great things as by yourself. However, what are you even doing, dude? Like what? Yeah.
I don't see. I wonder where it's gonna go next because I know they're really trying to develop the X-Men. I'm not sure if like trying to make the full like series again, or like do like movies again, or how because like they keep bringing up. They started bringing up vibranium, adamantium, and all this stuff. So like
Weapon X with the U.S. government and all of that.
Yeah. So because you brought that up, or because they bring it up in the movie, now you know that Wolverine exists somewhere on planet Earth. You don't know if he has the metal claws yet or his bone claws, but he's out there somewhere.
He'd have his bone claws, but at the same time, this is why I'm upset. There's two things of how they can introduce mutants. Either like a Crisis on Infinite Earths in DC, where just the histories and planets merge, and now it's like a whole new universe. Or they're going to be like, there's this guy named Charles Xavier who discovered the mutant X gene, and now a bunch of people are starting to have their mutant X gene become like expressed, and then they're gonna have to like revise history to have like Wolverine be 200 years old, have Charles Xavier and Magneto be alive long enough to witness the Holocaust.
I'm not
like, or they're gonna have to time freeze them so that their origin story stays the same.
Story-wise,
even though their age isn't like they're not literally 90 years old.
Yeah, but they're gonna look ancient because in Doomsday is the original people. So
all I gotta say is I'm interested to see where it goes.
So the X-Men exist. The X-Men are existing on planet Earth
in a different dimension.
They don't know. So you don't know if they exist in our current dimension. They for sure in other dimensions they exist.
They don't know. They don't exist in the MCU.
You don't know if they exist. They don't show
canon.
nothing about it. They don't talk nothing about it. They just have the one baby god try to come out. Didn't come all the way out.
They've alluded that Kamala Khan is a mutant, which I'm like, how original. It's like you got that from the comic books like a couple weeks before they started writing the show.
So yeah, but like all that like, so I don't know where they're going next. I don't really. The Thunderbolts team or the new Avengers don't really make sense to me. It doesn't really make sense to me like why they want to be the Avengers at all.
The only two people on New Avengers from the roster of the Thunderbolts movie is Sentry and Bucky. But Bucky was Captain America and the Sentry was the Sentry. But he was like good. Like he wasn't like tweaking. He was fine.
But like the rest of I don't know. I gotta see how they want to go do in the future. I don't know what they're trying to add on to, and as I said, in Doomsday is just a whole bunch of cameos, so I'm not sure. It's about to be multiverse hell about to happen. Just literally a bunch of cameos.
You thought Spider-Man was bad? You thought Deadpool? Well, Deadpool, Wolverine.
Spider-Man actually had a purpose though.
Oh, did
it was like to bring back old villains and try to like.
It's cameo porn. Now it was well written cameo porn.
It showed like you bringing back the old actors and give Andrew Garfield another chance because he got kind of got cooked there, but. Versus the next one is literally everything and anything you liked in Avengers or just MCU at all. It's like let's bring it back in, just plop them here.
Yeah, because they know that their movies are not that good.
No.
They're serving us cameo slop.
I
love cameo slop, but please just give me something else.
They're like I can almost guarantee they're gonna kill a lot of them. Like a lot of them are gonna just die, or at least a good chunk.
We're about to see Charles Xavier and Magneto die again.
Yeah, and for why I don't know. Days of Future Past was good enough.
Hopefully we get to see Cyclops cook.
That would be interesting.
Cyclops, literally the most important X-Men
to me, my Avengers.
ever.
To me, my X-Men.
Yeah, and he's got like one movie where he was okay. X-Men 2 was kidnapped the whole movie, and in X-Men 3 dies within the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So like, nobody knows his character. He's been in like 3 movies.
So hopefully we get some more content. I don't know, but for this one we got right now, it's confusing. It's the movie itself. It started off really good in my opinion, and then it just went down. It really went down with the talking no jutsu, talking about we're gonna talk it out. We're a family now. Because the whole movie takes apart is like 3 days.
They literally
3
hate
days.
each other. Like
They have
John Walker
no
and
reason to like each
Bob
other.
are like oil and water. They hate each
From
other.
the jump. There's no
And
reason for them
everyone
to
does.
like each other.
Nobody likes Ghost. They're all like,
No.
you kind of suck.
There's zero reason for them to like each other at all.
Yeah, and Bucky has no relation to anyone but John, and even he does not like John.
Does not like John at all.
He's like, oh yeah, you did this thing where you killed an innocent person with my best friend's last like possession. We're friends now. I understand.
Yeah, we can work together.
Nah.
I don't know the direction I'm taking next. I give the movie like a 6.9 out of 10.
It was well shot. The practical effects were flawless. Like the director did a great job with what he had. It's just the issue that I have with it is the writing. Costume designs, fantastic, perfect. I love the Sentry suit. Everyone was like, the MCU-ified his suit. Guess what? If you put someone in just tight spandex on camera, it looks bad. You actually have to like texture the costume for it to look good.
I like seeing it. I like seeing it. It was a good way to see the characters, advancements. Only thing I didn't like, or wish it was added, because like with the characters you saw them before, like Ghosts, for example, like they were like kind of villains, and now all of a sudden I get they're mercenaries, they live a life, but like there's
now they're heroes.
They're just heroes, and there's no explanation or nothing, or like, because again, Ghost was trying to just save her life because she was dying.
Yeah.
But she went from like pretty much willing to kill anybody for I'm only kill for certain people, and now I'm a hero. Like the development there, especially when Bob's power is to literally touch you, have you relive your worst moment. They each probably should have gotten something, or some more people.
They probably
Some
didn't
unknown
go to
people.
Ghosts, did they?
Not Ghosts. They only did John Walker and Yelena. That was it. And DeFontaine. The only 3 who had a backflash. Everyone else, you just kind of like, it is what it is. You already know Bucky's story. The Red Guardian is, a lot of people don't know him, but like he's Red Guardian, so you didn't touch it. And that was it. I was like,
Super underdeveloped character.
Yeah, but like with Ghost, like, you don't know her like inspiration or why she even changed how she was from then to now. Because you saw what she could be in the Ant-Man movie, but like she was rogue as soon as like that didn't work out. So like I don't know, that transition there, you missed it. It's just not there. But like I said, I like the way it was shot was pretty nice. It was the movie by itself is an okay movie. It's not like a super bad movie. Just compare what recently came out with Marvel. It's better than
the only issues is that it's placed into a broader universe and it's a stepping stone movie towards a large event, which
for
is
sure.
Doomsday and Secret Wars.
For sure.
And for doing
Doomsday.
that, it hasn't it's insufficient as a movie to explain how they're going. Like, if Doomsday came in and it's just like, yeah, all these heroes in different dimensions, they just showed up here because Doom caused them to. That would make more sense than what they're than them trying to like build context for like, oh, everything's come together.
Because you already know Doomsday is just the variant. He's gonna pop up and be Doom, and he's gonna die, and the real Doom's gonna pop up somewhere. What's gonna happen? They have 2 Dooms. I wonder why.
I don't know if that'll happen.
That's gonna
I think
happen.
they might just.
Well, I don't think Doom's gonna be in the movie as a character. I think at the very end of the movie,
I think Doctor Doom
like,
is just gonna be misused as a character.
I
for
hope.
Just a singular event.
I hope he's not cucked, because that would suck.
Oh man, I certainly hope not.
But so I give it about a 6.9.
He lowered it.
6.9. I agree with the costume. The costume was nice. The
design were flawless. The chemistry on screen between actors was actually good.
The
writing
storyline actually makes sense, right?
Like macro
until,
story.
Like the minute details at the end there, I like that. But like having mercenaries go get their target and they only want to get their side note, pause there. Taskmaster was in this movie and got shot in the face almost immediately.
Like 3 seconds in.
And like, mind you, she
belt to ass on somebody.
Homegirl is hitting all like the best combination I've ever seen. Someone's pointing a gun at her. She has a shield and like literally blocking it to the point she threw the shield down to block a bullet and brought it back up. But like in the middle of all this ruckus, she just gets boom. Tell me she can react.
45 to the skull.
Tell me, out of all people, Taskmaster wouldn't react to someone picking their arm up and shooting. He's not gonna, or she. In this case, she was a girl, but she's not gonna.
I mean,
move or something.
Ghost. She was invisible.
I mean, she went back visible. It was like,
See,
it was very quick.
This is what I mean.
Very
You don't be
quick.
paying attention. She was invisible. Literally, after she shot, she became visible.
You know, she shot before she was invisible. She popped up visible.
How the
shot.
hell is Taskmaster a normal person with just really good recollection skills gonna react to a gunshot?
Because he also has very great reflexes.
Bro, they were literally
Very
fighting
great
one
reflexes.
of the highest, like one of the best trained soldiers with Captain America's super serum in his veins.
And she was doing just
You think she was gonna check her 6?
Yes.
No.
She was doing just.
What are you
But see,
talking
that's
about?
the thing is, she was literally during the fighting sequences. You see her reaction time. It's like that.
Yeah.
And when Ghost was invisible,
That is a
she
normal
went,
person.
She went back visible and then shot. You're
There-
telling me if you see something appear in your peripherals,
Bro.
you're not gonna.
That is a normal person versus 2 superhumans.
Dude,
She was gonna lose
she was losing, but she was reacting to everything.
to John Walker.
She
You
was-
can see it.
she was getting
You don't
beat up by
understand.
everybody.
Taskmaster's ability is with what they can see.
Yeah, but he also has
You can't
great
see-
reaction time.
No,
Great
only
reaction.
with what
His
he can
reflexes
see.
are
Well,
crazy.
I say he because in the comics
He's
he.
a dude, and the story's a girl.
Only with what Taskmaster can see can he actually react against.
Great reflex. That's
He
what I'm saying.
doesn't. I'm
Homeboy
telling you.
saw, or homegirl saw, like, it wasn't like cyber. It's supposed to be a dude and it's a girl. I'm sorry, okay? Homegirl saw, because it wasn't like this. She got shot in the face like this. So, like, it was in front of her, so she's not gonna.
Because she was invisible.
Because she went back visible before she even shot. It was viz, boom. Invis, viz, bow. I'm gonna get the clip. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna show him. Invis, viz, boom.
I'm gonna be so upset.
Invis, visible, pow.
Dude.
But regardless, because also, by the way, Taskmaster died in the vault, so Taskmaster is gone because he got tired of the character and said goodbye.
Watch him retcon, be like, she survived.
Well, actually, I won one of the cases. and
Actually,
survived.
the bullet just didn't hit any good parts of her brain, and she was able to crawl out before the furnace cooked
what
her.
happened? It went in the skull, went up around the brain and out the back.
Doom poured it in and said, "You." And
It's
then
like,
just-
actually, I need you.
nah, I
Whatever.
think Taskmaster done. Honestly, that should have been done after Black Widow.
I didn't. Taskmaster's done so dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
And it was funny because there was like a gender bait and switch because they gave her like a man's build suit in Black Widow, and it's like it's a woman, and everyone's like, okay. Like I would have preferred you just not unmask this person, like have like the mystique of Taskmaster.
Keep his ugly ass or her ugly ass inside that
Her
mask.
ugly ass for real.
Her-
Not talking about the actors, but like
the
she
fucking
got like a
face.
messed up face in the
Like, bro,
MCU.
close the mask, Gabe. You gotta see that. Man.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, what? Hey, yo!
N95. N95 by Kendrick. Ugh.
But no, I don't know where they're going next.
Fantastic Four's got to be good. It has to be.
Well, it already looks great.
It
already
looks great.
based on
They
that.
have the goat doing the music.
Hey, it's looking good. It's looking good.
They
I
have
know.
Joseph Quinn.
What next? We got. It was Doomsday.
No, we got Fantastic Four, then Doomsday.
Let's transfer. Okay, so F4, then Doomsday. I know eventually down the line we have Armored Wars.
It's not. No,
I'm not
it's
sure what's
scrapped.
happening. They scrapped that.
Scrapped.
Okay. We just lost Iron Man. So I'm like, how are we gonna?
They're doing Ironheart though for some reason.
They're still doing Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't,
No
can I be-
disrespect to Riri Williams.
Can I be real for a second? I didn't like the
Go
way she
ahead.
was introduced. I did not like the way she was introduced.
No, it's horrible.
It was terrible. Like, not only was it I get she's smart. I know that her character is smart. She's a smart person. But now all of a sudden, not only is she smart, she has an Iron Man suit. Just happened to be there, ready prepared for me to be Iron Man.
What are you talking about?
That's what happened in the movie. Like, she was like a super genius in like college and doing crazy stuff.
And for funsies, she was making an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, but like Shuri pops up and says, "That's cool. Come do it over here." Goes to Wakanda and builds like a perfect Iron Man suit with a heart in it. And I get she's Ironheart. I'm like, it's a little like, in seconds she was able to build, and that suit she had was still like in test mode.
There was a connection.
Where?
Why Shuri went to her.
Maybe I missed that. What was the connection?
I don't know, because it was poorly explained.
Well, see, I mean, that's the problem, because it didn't make sense.
Because it was so like superficial that it was just. Like,
I think she
okay,
like
this is clearly to draw these characters together. Which
either she
fine.
hacked something or breached some. I forgot what happened. Something happened for her to find. I forgot the name, but Ironheart. I also didn't like her character. Maybe like she needs more development time. I didn't like her character on screen either. It just wasn't. I wasn't enjoyable. The second half of Wakanda Forever was not an enjoyable movie. I'm not gonna lie.
The entire movie was enjoyable.
They just killed off like essential characters, and it's like, okay,
it just,
now we
like,
have the rest of the universe. Good luck.
Wakanda Forever reminds me of like they had an original project not meant for Shuri. It's meant for Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa. He passed away.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
And now they're like, how do we not deviate too much from this track that like it's already set in stone because they're using results of this movie to play in future movies. So we gotta hit certain points within the movie.
Yeah, fire music too. It's like you gotta cook. I think where they messed up, in my opinion, Shuri should never been Black Panther. I think
they should just recast it.
The way they started it was perfect. Like with a funeral.
They should have recast
T'Challa.
I'm sorry.
A Shuri, like,
I love Chadwick Boseman, but he was just like, this is my child. Keep it going.
He was really good. I think what they could have done, because they started off right. Like Chadwick is dying, and they're trying to figure out everything to do to save his life. Or T'Challa's dying, trying to figure out everything to do to save his life. He dies. And then what you could have done at the end of that, because you're still in this multiverse thing, why not? Because Shuri's smart enough to enter the multiverse.
No, she's not.
Or she knows the people at least to find people.
No, she's not.
Yeah.
They don't have multiverse traversal tech.
No, they don't, but they know people who do.
No, they don't.
Like, they know the government who does have access to multiverse.
The government does not have access to multiverse.
Yeah, the people have access to it. They know these people.
How?
What do you mean how? Because they literally interacting with with the U.S. government and the Avengers.
They don't have multiversal traveling abilities. They don't have the technology for that.
They know Strange and all these other people. That's how they get multiverse access.
Strange barely even knew how to do it. There's only one person that could do it, and there's America Chavez. And guess where she's at?
Who knows?
Exactly.
But like, you have access to these things. Or
no, there's no access to it.
You can even like somehow make it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you can't.
It wasn't even like thought of. It wasn't even anything even on a board. Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No, because to them,
you could have done that.
To them, it's not. First of all, to her, it's not even her brother. So why even try? And also, they don't have the ability to just go to another dimension.
They could definitely develop technology to go to another dimension.
They don't even.
And they wouldn't do it solo either. First off, but
as
they could definitely.
As far as Wakanda's concerned, they don't even know that it's theoretically possible.
They know it's possible.
On what basis?
They literally saw it happen.
With what?
They literally saw it happen.
With what? Who's they?
With Strange, when he brought all the people back.
That's not the.
That's
multiverse.
not dimensions, but they saw it happen. They literally explained the story. They know it can happen. They talk to the Avengers.
Instant travel between 2 points in space.
Yes.
Multiverse would mean you would have to cross dimensions.
From one universe to another. Yes.
Assuming that the timeline.
If they see that is possible, they're not going to think it's
because
possible
they haven't seen
to
that
go.
as possible. They haven't seen that as possible.
They don't have to see this. Everything they have clothes made of metal. They have cloth made of metal. They can't make a portal.
That's perfectly possible because theoretically it's been proven to them. They have
the
idea.
whole thing is the Wakanda was closed off until Chadwick opened it up. Now they see possibilities of everything. They can make a portal to another dimension. They know too many people to make a portal to another dimension.
They don't know that another dimension exists.
No. They can find out. There's not even.
How are they going to find out? They don't have no evidence.
They have access to the Avengers. The literal Avengers!
The Avengers didn't even go through different dimensions to different universes.
They literally, they time travel, they got all these things going on.
Again, within a singular universe.
They can figure out how to travel to a different dimension.
With a singular universe, they time traveled. That implies that they know about traveling time within a singular universe. They have no evidence that there is another dimension or another universe.
They can definitely figure out how to travel to a different dimension.
Another universe.
They have access to
Another
their adventures.
T'Challa.
Literally
Nah,
Strange
you're bugging.
went to a different dimension.
I thought she was a man of science. You're speaking nonsense.
That is straight fact. Strange literally
They-
went to different dimensions on his own.
They do not know what happened in Multiverse of Madness.
No, but they could.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because Wanda, one, told no one she had the Darkhold. So only Wanda knew
Okay.
about multiversal traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Then Strange stumbles upon America Chavez. She also knows, so now Strange and Wong know. They're not telling nobody because they said, yeah, nah. Like, this is a real dangerous. We're not going to do this.
They have access to
Strange, go the entirety of Multiverse of Madness, like 50-60% of the movie is in another universe where they don't have contact with anyone. You think Strange wrote up a report afterwards?
You telling me that all
You're
the things that the
bugging. He
Wakandans
left.
have
He
done,
literally-
they have no access.
Bro,
They're not going to think of even the
Bro
idea of
slept it
multiversal
off.
travel.
He slept off the stress of Multiverse of Madness and decided to walk in the city the next day, and an
The eyeball
interdimensional
photos
wizard
there.
pops up and says, "You trying to go?" And he's like, "All right," and disappears. He's gone. He's
Like, they tell me they would never even think of the concept of another dimension.
The concept is one thing, but do
They
you
didn't even go
understand?
towards it. All the technology things they developed, everything they believe in, everything they have going on.
They're
they
also an
develop a
extremely
multiverse.
culturally conservative place, which means they
Not
think of
anymore.
another dimension as like, no, Bast wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but they're still open. Like that was the whole thing of the first one. They were stuck in their little bubble for so long because they want to be in a little bubble.
And
they,
the
second
force
one,
of
the first,
change, both forces of change
What?
of that died.
they're still like pushing forward. That's the main thing of it. They want to keep his passion going. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah,
sure,
100%.
sure he wants to. The other guys are like, no, I don't know her.
They're
and I
sure
don't
he's the
like
one
her."
in charge. Or was besides her mom?
Mom dead.
Well, now she is, and now sure is in charge. Like I said, all I'm saying is, right, one, recasting might have been a problem because you need a similar body. I think with all the multiverse shit going on, you could have multiverse another T'Challa to play because it happens in the comic books.
It
happens. I don't remember the exact book.
It doesn't happen.
It does happen.
You're thinking about the Illuminati where they hop to another
No,
dimension
not
and
the
literally
Illuminati.
put down Old
It
Yeller
happens
style.
where T'Challa dies, and an alternate universe T'Challa comes and takes over as T'Challa, as the king of Wakanda.
No.
That happens.
No.
That happens.
No.
I'll find it. After this video, I'll find it. That literally happens. That
It
literally happens. He takes over as, in this case, I guess, as Chadwick in the main universe. Not main. It's not a main universe. But he comes over from a different dimension and is the Black Panther of this dimension and goes back to his dimension. Like, it happens. That literally happens.
I'll just go ahead and trust you, man. But either way, that wouldn't fit within the MCU
Anywho,
regardless.
all I'm saying is they could have multiversed that.
They're not.
If they're gonna multiverse anything, so the garbage they had before, they can multiverse. Hey, can you come over here and be the Black Panther? Let's say, because they try to do it with Logan, like, oh, I'm the worst Wolverine, or I'm just the worst hero ever in my universe. Can I come over here and hang out with you guys? Type thing.
So, a movie designed around satire is your inspiration for a movie designed
I'm
around
just-
a
if they-
serious plot point?
If they're gonna do it, that's a great place to do it.
You're missing a lot of even Deadpool. Of like the reason that was a thing was because like
They're making
Deadpool
fun
was
of-
making fun of multiverse slop.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if they're gonna do it,
So they used multiverse slop and made
Yeah,
it good.
if you're
The
gonna
problem
do it,
is,
do it right. and
Wakanda
let's
Forever was about like Namor and his underwater pyramid versus
Aztecs.
yeah, I don't even know. Versus Wakanda. That was the movie. That was the plot points that these sea
I'm just
creatures
saying.
are getting a little bit aggressive. We gotta stop them before the government directs its anger from them to us, which is the whole plot point of Wakanda Forever.
Nah, bro.
There's no way you can multiverse that. Do you know why?
You can multiverse the fuck out of that.
You can't.
You can't.
You cannot.
You sure can.
You cannot.
You can multiverse the fuck out of that.
And it'd be a horrible movie. It'd be worse than it is.
What kind of whatever is already like garbage?
And it would be worse.
It's not.
It would
good.
be so much worse.
It's not good.
It'd
not
be
a
so
good
much
movie.
worse. Because you're gonna tell me that you're gonna multiverse one character and then not use multiversal travel and like resources as the means to finish the job with Namor?
Come on.
That's horrible.
That's exactly what happened.
No.
No, that wouldn't do for that because At the moment, clearly...
Now you're understanding. It would be horrible.
No, it went horrible because Shuri's not thinking about, oh, let's use this technology to take care of her more. No, the thing about Shuri about getting her brother back because that's when she goes rogue, when she gets the fruits. Because her brother died, that's it.
It wasn't even a fruit, it was synthetic.
It was still a fruit.
Which is probably why Bass didn't kill her, is because it wasn't a natural fruit.
Regardless, she got the fruit. Which... I don't know. That whole thing was confusing to
And
me.
she was
how
met by
it's synthetic
Killmonger,
fruit.
which is literally saying, yeah, you're going to be
The
destruction for
worst
Wakanda.
one.
You're going to destroy Wakanda. So
And
she's
it's
not
still
carrying on her
gonna-
brother's stuff, because otherwise, like,
she's
a version
angry.
of her brother
The
or her
whole movie,
father,
she's angry.
a version of a brother or her father would have said, hey, you've got this, support, keep North Star. No, Killmonger showed up and said, yo, burn them all, dude. Do it. It'd be lit if you did that.
That was a good plot point because she's angry and upset and not thinking right because the T'Challa would have like, okay, I know I'm pissed, but like we could do better. Shuri was not the one. Shuri was not the one.
Why
To Black
they should
Panther.
have just simply recast it to T'Challa.
Multiverse. That's what I'm saying. Are you gonna multiverse bullshit? Multiverse that shit. Okay. Multiverse that shit.
No, you don't don't let them win. Like, why are you letting the multiversers win?
Let
No.
multiverse that shit. Out of all the shit they wasted with multiverses, that is one prime place to multiverse. Are you kidding me? Because just recasting him is not gonna. Although it would be easier, story wise, you want to see Chadwick, and every time you see him, it's like, oh, I get Chadwick passed, but it's
They
not.
used the emotional shock of Chadwick Boseman dying and T'Challa dying in the beginning of the movie to cover for the entire movie being horrible.
It was a great funeral scene.
It was a fantastic funeral scene. The first
the
12
plot
minutes of
point
that
makes
movie
sense
was
to me.
fantastic.
It's like they could have done it. Like that's all I'm saying. They could have done it.
And I
could've been
can't even blame like Ryan Coogler or anything like that because bro produces just straight bangers. But
Yeah,
he
they
also had to
could've
work
changed
within a
the story.
specific framework already set out by the Marvel people really calling the shots.
Could be. That's what I'm saying.
Just recast Dude, oh, you disgust me.
They could have multiverse that bitch. That's what I'm saying.
So the issue to every character dying or just being like removed is just to multiverse replace them? Is that the standard you want to set in the Marvel
Standard
Cinematic
for every
Universe?
single character? No, maybe the ones that die in real life. Maybe.
Well, then how can you explain it working for one character and then not being like, huh, we need Iron Man. Let's go get one.
They literally are. They literally
They're
are.
not. They're not.
They're gonna use an alternate version of Iron Man.
No, they're
who is
using-
not him. Is
using
Doom, who takes over the look of Iron Man, which don't know why he did that. Confused
We don't
about that
even
part.
know that.
That's
That little
the
leak
version.
the leak that they had with the Doom suit is fake. You wanna know why? Because it's a practical suit. It's not just CGI. It's fake. It's not real.
Well, if it's Tony Stark is his
It's-
face, and Doom takes over Tony Stark, and then he comes over, or unless Tony Stark is now Doom.
We are speculating on something that hasn't come out yet, which is why I'm saying like no.
That's
like,
literally what they're doing.
It's
They're
not a
getting
Tony Stark
variant.
variant. It'd be
Who
a
is
Victor
it?
Von Doom variant that looks like Tony. But the thing is that they're like, it's not Tony, it's Victor Von Doom. If
It's Tony. It's Tony Stark.
using that logic, they look for someone that looks just like T'Challa and be like, you, and then he's like, actually guys, I'm Ant-Man.
That's the same thing.
It's stupid, yes!
It's the same thing.
It's
They
dumb.
literally have this guy who looks like Tony Stark, but is a whole new person. How'd that work? In another universe, he's a variant of Victor Von Doom, but he's not Tony Stark anymore. He's some random guy from a different place. I'm confused. What? How to explain that to me?
I can't because it's dumb and it doesn't work. That's the point I'm trying to say.
Bro, he's Victor Von Doom. He
Replacing
is.
people via just like multiverse is so dumb because it sets a precedent within the MCU that
Yeah.
any character that they need that is currently dead or unavailable,
Mhm.
they just get a multiversal replacement.
They do that.
Where?
They do that.
Where?
Are you kidding me? They just close the door. They do that.
Where?
Oh my. Oh my.
Where does it stop? Where does it end? Where
It
does it
literally
end?
doesn't. It literally doesn't end. Anytime you need someone brand new, they can bring back.
That's a horrible
But
precedent
there's
to
gonna
set.
be consequences to it. I'm not saying it's a
What
perfect
consequences?
solution. They can bring consequences like they can't be in this universe for X amount of time or something happens or something
Ain't
like
that
that.
fucking convenient?
We're talking about the MCU. Half the story is convenience. What do you mean?
This is my problem with it.
What are we
literally the
talking
issue.
about?
Bro,
It's like getting
bro.
the ring of power at the very end just when you need it. Like, what are we talking about?
Bro. They should have recasted T'Challa. Because You want to know why? They can
What?
continue the plot points that they had already planned out, just with a different actor. They did it with the Hulk.
That's different.
No, it's not. It's
That's
not different at all.
It's literally different.
How?
All the Hulk movies have failed.
No.
Yeah,
No.
they've all failed
And then why is it included in the MCU with Ed Norton?
because they're used the same storyline, but
So,
they've all failed.
so you're saying the second movie that he was in, that Hulk was in, he had to get recasted, right?
They've all failed. That's why he's recast. They all failed.
The first Hulk movie from 2004, that's
Flop.
separate. That's not even in the MCU.
The
conversation.
newest, the next one flopped. The one after that flopped. That's why
It's a
Hulk is.
Hulk movie.
Hulk
But the
stopped not
actor,
getting-
the actor did a great job at
Yeah,
portraying him.
but the movie was ass.
But that doesn't mean so.
So if they did bad, that's how this is business. You know, big business. If the movie was ass, they're not gonna blame. Oh, it was our fault.
If
No,
the
it was
movie-
the actors.
If the movie was so bad that they recast the Hulk, why is it included in MCU lore?
Because how else are you gonna explain the Hulk?
You don't. You just say, yeah, he's the Hulk because there's nothing
But
to his
if you
character.
already have information, you
Does
already
that
have
so-
a better modern movie about the Hulk. I'm gonna just throw that out. No, you already have what you need. You have all the characters you need. Let's recast him because the movie was ass. The actors were ass. So how about we get?
No.
Because they didn't even explain the entire movie.
So why
they
they
didn't
recast
explain the
Rhodey?
Hulk at all. They recast Rhodey. That was a smart decision.
Thank you.
That's
Recasting is just a smart decision.
That's different though.
No, it's not.
Do you really want? I forgot his name. You really want him playing Rhodey? I forgot his name. Come on, man. You want that dude playing Rhodey?
Your mom gonna kill you, bro.
For what? I forgot his name. I know he wants to remake Math. I don't give a fuck about that dude. Because 1 + 1 is equal 2 or something.
They should have just recasted T'Challa.
It's different. That's
It's
all I'm saying.
not.
It's
It's
different.
really not. Listen, I get it because there's an emotional attachment to Chadwick Boseman being T'Challa. I understand that. But if you were as committed to the project like Chadwick was, you'd be like, no, recast.
I don't know. Hashtag multiverse. Hashtag multiverse. I'm on people out there.
Simpleton.
Hashtag multiverse. This dude trying to
Simpleton.
bring up the Hulk.
Simpleton.
What about the rest of the characters of the Hulk? Where everyone else at? They're all dead. Or not dead. They're all gone. But they recast it because their movie flopped so fucking bad. They kept the Abomination.
You don't even know.
They kept the
So,
wife.
Hold on. They kept the same Abomination guy, but
The
the
same
movies were
Abomination.
bad.
They even redid the Abomination.
So why did they keep the old guy if the movies were bad and not just recast
Because
him?
you know how small his check probably was? That's business. They barely paid this dude.
Dude.
That's business. What the fuck are we talking about? How many characters from that whole
Do
movie
you not
do we still
understand
have?
the inconsistency in your advocacy for recasting
How?
characters like the Hulk and War Machine, but not Black Panther, a significantly more important character
Those two
and a
things-
central character
Those two things had nothing to do with
to
the
the
story.
overall plot line of the
Those
MCU?
things had nothing to do with the story of MCU and had more to do with money. The reason why Rhodey was recasted because of money.
So you're saying that they couldn't have gotten another actor for cheaper? Cheaper
That
than
was
Chadwick
different.
Boseman?
That's not the same thing. The
It's
guy
a-
who was originally playing Rhodey wanted more money.
Yes,
So
same
they
with Ed
swapped him
Norton.
with the other guy.
Same with Ed Norton.
They replaced him for money. The other guy didn't get as
You're
much
right.
money. That's the only reason why they did that. They don't
You're
care
right.
about the MCU universe. It's money.
So if it's about money, one, you keep paying Shuri's actress the same amount for being Shuri,
Yeah.
and you pay T'Challa, the new one, less because he's not Chadwick Boseman.
Dude,
So-
if you were to replace Chadwick,
Like
if you were-
financially, it makes sense because now you don't have to extend your production time for about like 8 months.
Okay.
You don't have to do that anymore. You've just recasted it. So now you can
See-
just shoot the movie as scheduled. Okay?
See, but the question is,
You've lost no money in production
the
so far.
question is, if you were to replace,
You've actually saved money because now you don't have
No.
to pay Chadwick Boseman.
if you were to replace Chadwick Boseman, right, and like not like get a new actor and start him from the bottom, you want to replace him with somebody else. Who are you replacing Chadwick with?
That's why you have auditions, bro.
Who are you replacing him with?
Dude, you just have an audition.
But like, it's not gonna be some no-name person that's gonna be Black Panther.
Why not?
Because what they want it to be, how big it's going to be, is not gonna be some no-name person. How many people in the MCU are no-name people?
Miss Marvel,
She's a new actor,
actress.
actress, same thing.
Before Spider-Man, Tom Holland was relatively unknown. He was only in 3
Was-
projects.
Okay,
Before
brand new
that,
character.
you had
The third iteration of Spider-Man.
Chris Hemsworth before Thor was a nobody.
He was still a low level actor, but that's also the origin. Like low level, he was still out there.
Okay.
He still had projects. Hemsworth was still a name you knew.
No, not before.
Yeah.
Not before.
It
Thor.
wasn't like huge, but still you knew the name.
I vividly remember my mom going, "Who?" when Thor came out. She's like,
You
and now
still
she
know
knows.
the name.
No.
Before that, yes.
Tom Hiddleston is Loki. Name.
That's one.
Name 3 projects before he was Loki.
That you got okay. You got him.
Name
What else?
3 projects before Chris Hemsworth was Thor.
Where Chris Hemsworth was Thor?
Yeah.
I was a 5% before that.
Nobody was. Name
He
3
was out
projects
there.
before Tom Holland was casted as Spider-Man.
He was not doing American films.
Yeah, he was.
He was doing UK stuff.
No, he's done films.
What American film did he do before
He
Spider-Man?
did like one natural disaster film when he was like 12. So
Well,
you don't know who he is. So that's
no.
3 people that were unknown before they got that
who
character.
else? Who else? Give me another one.
Definitely not Chris Hemsworth. No, Chris Evans.
Evans.
He was known. Same with Scarlett Johansson. You have trying to run through everybody. What's his name? The one that plays Drax. Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista.
He did WWE. He wasn't even an actor. He's a WWE
He's a
wrestler.
very well-known wrestler.
He wasn't an actor. He had no project.
No actor, but wrestling's acting.
That counts. He wasn't an actor.
He's a wrestler.
That counts.
I'm not saying it doesn't count. I'm saying he's well-known. Dave Bautista? People still do the
You know
Batista
what?
bombs.
Fair enough.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like, I'm just saying, like, the bag you have to spend for someone...
Nebula.
I don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who plays her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, generally, I don't know that person at all.
It's feeding to my point of you don't need to be well known to play a Marvel character. If you
I don't know who
do a
the
good
character... I don't know
job.
who plays the character. If I know her name, I could probably figure out where she comes from. But, like, the thing is, though, for a project that big that centers around this person, and centers around T'Challa, whoever gets the job to just take his shoes is getting a gigantic bag.
No, they're not.
That's a big investment.
No,
for
they're
that.
not.
How are they not?
Because they get signed to a multi-year contract with with a low paying salary for that first movie. The movie performs well, then they get a bigger contract
So
for the
if
next
you
few movies.
had the opportunity to be T'Challa, that like black people love, people will spend a bunch of money on this film. You gonna take a low paying contract for the first movie?
If you are a nobody, first of all,
If I was a nobody, especially.
if you're a nobody, yes. If you know what shoes you're stepping in, you'd be like, I'm lucky to have this role.
But see, that's the thing though, because it's not gonna be a nobody. They're not gonna trust.
Even-
They did that one time, like a severe nothing, one time, like really deep. That was Iron Man. That was Tony Stark.
Robert Downey Jr. was a well-known figure.
Yeah, but he was
He was just
crashed
he was
and
just in the
burned.
negatives. Yeah.
Like you want to talk about someone who shouldn't be?
Yeah.
What was that?
no.
That's the only time they said we're gonna put some faith in here. Rest of it is like, well, we have an established universe. We do what we want with it.
Yeah, and also Sebastian Stan before Captain America.
Was not
Name 3 projects.
good.
He's
I've
relatively
seen-
unknown.
I've seen there's other stuff, but it was not good.
Not Pretty Little Liars. It was Gossip Girl.
Yeah, wasn't good.
He was literally like broke.
Yeah, but like these two different,
Dude,
So,
I'm
but,
telling you
like,
that you
the-
can do it.
throwing out like the faith in there for a character like that, the center of your whole thing.
You can do it.
You know what? Drop in the comments. What do y'all think? Y'all think we're way off track here, by the way. But do you think multiverse, T'Challa back into action, or just recast?
Multiversal
Recast it.
slop, or just changing a face to commit to the overall plot.
Which one y'all decide? Okay. Also, where y'all think MCU is gonna go next? Fantastic Four look pretty good. Doomsday, a little suspicious. What do we,
Look at it.
little suspicious. All right, okay. And one last thing. What do you think of Thunderbolts? If you haven't seen it yet, My bad,
You should not have watched.
I hope we ain't make it this point because we just went over top to bottom.
We
the
might
whole
have just saved you a movie ticket, even though I think you should definitely go see it.
It's visually pleasing, but the story is
Florence
not.
Pugh, bro.
It's all right. But let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of No Match Required. My name is Tyrell.
I'm Zach.
We'll catch y'all next week.